Welcome back to another watch review. This time is going to be over a pretty cool watch I've been wanting for a while now. It is a homage of the Omega Speedmaster TinTin variation. So pretty much the semi-history behind this, at least this model. This is most famously known for it being the watch that Neil Armstrong wore when he landed on the moon in his Apollo 11 mission. And this itself, this colorway, is called the TinTin, which was inspired by the racetrack, hence the checkered layout, I guess, on the indices. So it's like a moon watch mixed with a racing watch, due to the chronograph being, used for time and lapse and stuff like that. So I thought this was kind of cool. The only other option I had for this was a Bliger homage, but that was not only about 3 times the price, but extremely hard to find. When you see them available, they're pretty much gonna be available for a few days, with whoever sells it as far as the seller. And I've heard great things about that watch, and I think that's an actual chronograph, where this is kind of like the other Bliger homage that I have for the Platinum Daytona, where yes, it's an automatic, but the chronograph hand acts as a second hand, where in a true chronograph it would not be like that. So let's go over the basic information on this watch. Brand is Bliger. Couldn't find a model for this, so we're just gonna call it the TinTin model. The movement is the NN 3836 double calendar. The style is it's a chronograph style. As far as the case dimensions, and I did get one of these, but until I get a different setup as far as a table, it's gonna be hard for me to film and measure this at the same time. But don't worry, I already measured it before filming this. So the case diameter is 40 millimeters. The case diameter with the crown is 44 millimeters. The case thickness is 15.5 millimeters, and the lug to lug is 49 millimeters. All right, so let's go to the dial information. So like I previously stated, it's a chronograph style dial. There's 2 versions. There's a logo version, and then there's a stereo version. I personally went for the logo because I think it kind of fills in the watch, and a stereo with most watches just looks empty. And I think with this design, specifically the logo version, just I think completes the watch in my opinion. But there are 2 versions available, so just an FYI. As far as the dial color, you've got a black with a red and white checkered, and the bezel color being black. Case back is a solid case back, and I'll show you that real quick. So no clear case back, which is my preferred. Now as far as the crystal, it is a mineral crystal. They do not have a sapphire crystal available, and it is a dome crystal. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's a pretty cool look, especially from the side. Now as far as the subdials go, so we have 3 subdials like the original Speedmaster. Subdial on the 3 o'clock right here on the right, that's going to be for the date. The subdial at the 6 o'clock is the seconds hand, and the subdial at the 9 o'clock is the day of the week. Now, as far as the crown functions, the top and the bottom are both push buttons or push crowns, and the center is a screw down crown. So just an FYI, where on the Daytona Homage from this brand, they're all screw down. This one is not like that. So there's only one screw down, and that's the center. As far as the crowns, the top right here, the top crown is going to be for the day of the week adjustment. The middle crown is going to be for the time adjustment, and the bottom crown is going to be for the date adjustment. And just to show you what it looks like, push the top, and on the 9 o'clock, pay attention to that. That is for the day of the week. And it's the same for the bottom crown, which is the date. Just push it and it goes through the 31 days. And if you pay attention to the 6 o'clock and to the big seconds hand, which is usually the chronograph hand, they pretty much coincide, and they're in sync with each other. So that's for the seconds. As far as the bracelet info, lug width is 20 millimeters. Bracelet length is 22 centimeters. The material is 316L stainless steel. The clasp is a push button clasp. The links, they're push pins, as you can see. And there are actually 5 pieces. So you got 1, so where my thumb is, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5-piece link setup. And the water resistance is 30 meters. Now let me quickly put this on and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so this is what it looks like. And for some reason, the clasp keeps coming off. That's one thing that I am not sure if that's going to happen to your watch, but it keeps happening to mine. But it's whatever at this point, because I plan on putting a brown NATO strap, a brown leather NATO strap on this. So I won't be wearing this bracelet, but for those who do plan on wearing this bracelet, just make sure that you get ready for maybe a possible bracelet that doesn't stay on. So just an FYI. But yeah, this is what it looks like on my 6 1/4 inch wrist. I will put in other shots of it. The outside shots of this watch on wrist are probably going to be with my new NATO band. But for now, this is what it looks like from the factory bracelet. I think it's okay, but like I said, I think the NATO band is going to be a little bit better. And this is what the watch looks like under light. So there is lume, but it's not very strong, but it's enough for probably a few minutes. So that wraps up my review over the Bliger TinTin automatic watch. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to post them down below. And as always, guys, just like this video, comment if you have any questions. I'll try to do my best to answer them. Share the video if you'd like, and subscribe. So until the next watch review, guys, see you later.